Daily Fire for December 24th. Yes, we are 30 days away from the New Hampshire presidential primary. I am taking part once again. I am not a major player, once again. And I want to prognosticate. It is the 30-day prediction, and it is that Trump's going to get his majority, not just plurality. He's going to be above 50%. I predict, and this is not from seeing any polls, this is just grounded mark in southern New Hampshire. Trump, 51%. Nikki Haley, 27%. She'll be a player throughout the primary season with Iowa and New Hampshire in the 20s. Vivek, I think, will get 10%. Ron DeSantis, somewhere between 7% and 0%, because I think he could drop out after Iowa. Chris Christie, somewhere between 3 and 6%, 3% if DeSantis stays in, 6% if DeSantis drops. I think DeSantis' case for dropping is a good one. He can go back to Florida and govern well, which is what I have wanted all along. Show the world good governance that you've started to do. Make people vote with their feet. 2 states like Florida, make other governors emulate Florida, and be the best thing that we can do short of a presidential and congressional changeover. Because even a president with a woke deep state and agencies that don't listen to him, and Congress that marches to its own drummer anyway, that president can't do that much. So it's regretful that the Republicans are likely to lose in November. Not terrible if they can keep Congress, in fact, build on it. So, how likely to lose? Well, if they nominate Trump, it's certain they will lose in November. Okay? I just don't see any upside. New voters, that is, coming to Trump that weren't there in 2020. Yes, Trump touts, black people are coming my way. Well, that's against Biden, but Biden's not going to be on the ballot. So against a more appealing Democrat who doesn't have an economically bad track record and probably has media even more in his favor, I think we revert to the standard 90% of African Americans vote Democrat, 80% of Latino Americans voting Democrat. How do you know that there's no upside? Because the media is so stacked against Trump. Now, they're pretty stacked against all Republicans. So if DeSantis or Nikki Haley got the nomination, they're going to start to get savaged almost as badly as Trump. A Democrat is going to get elected short of a huge depression. I mean, 1932 Roosevelt beats Herbert Hoover style depression. Even a mild recession, I'll call it a mild depression, a 1979, 1980 style, that doesn't work anymore. And it's because recessions don't hurt well-off people in the media. Okay, they're going to get their pay no matter what. They get their benefits, their nice friendships. And so they're not going to report hardships when they don't have to. It would take a 1932 style depression for the economy to make a big change. So would the appearance of a totally crooked president, a Nixonian that gets exposed? No, he's already been exposed. Joe Biden is worse than Nixon. And we know this, and people just slough it off. How about war? Well, war actually helps the incumbent. We saw that 2004. We were pretty much just plunging in to a war against Iraq. And that was the last election that the Republicans won the popular vote. Stealing votes. To the extent it happened in 2020, it'll happen again, almost certainly even more. Why? Because nothing's been done to the culprits, okay? If you know who's been making fake ballots, counting, destroying ballots, you could have been arresting them.